What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the MT Cast. I am Shadare.
And I'm Eugene Adjalo.
What's good? What's good? We're back, episode 7. What are we talking about today, my guy?
Talking about the definition of success. Like asking yourselves what is success. It's a very subjective question, and obviously, if it's subjective, it has room for debate. So
let's talk. Let's talk. I mean, right before we press record, we were kind of talking about like how you kind of quantify success. I think you were sort of saying it should be something that's quite measurable, right? Like you should maybe have a number attached to that.
Definitely.
Yeah, dive into that a little bit more, though, bro.
Yeah. So like the way I see it is like it has to be measured, or it has to be like, oh, I want to be able to achieve X, Y, and Z by here and then, or I want to be successful, and a success to me is this picture. How am I going to reach this picture? Otherwise, I feel you kind of have yourself just kind of like going in separate different directions without actually getting to the spot. So say, for example, one of my things is like an athletic physique. Okay. To me, that's probably as getting to an athletic physique will be successful. And I think the one issue that you obviously have there is that, again, an athletic physique is subjective. Okay.
That's yeah.
Depending on what's
not to cut you, but that's my thing. Like, so when you say an athletic physique, you can't really quantify that, right? Because that depends on the sport you play.
Okay.
Right? So
exactly.
you can have goals. I think goals are very important, and you can have those successes as you go through, right? And those little goals and those achievements can be part of your success, right? Your journey towards that success. But you're not gonna know. You're gonna have an idea of what you want success to be, but it's not gonna be something that you're gonna be able to attach a number to. Do you know what I mean? Like I've always felt, I want to earn, let's say, I want to be like 100 grand a year, and then I'll be happy. That'll be successful. But what does that really mean if your bills are 80 grand a year?
Yeah. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So what we're talking about, like Joe, like what in that term, my idea of success is I want to be able to say no to the things I want to say no to. Do you know what I mean? I want to be able to put my friends and family in position to be able to get for themselves and provide for themselves. And that's my definition of success, right? So that might be 100 grand a year. It might actually have to be 500 grand.
Right.
Put that number on it because that's the number I'm going to hit, and then I'm probably going to get there and be like, no, I need to double this, or I need to do this, or actually this was never important to me, and I actually just want to spend time with my family. Do you know what I'm saying? So until you can get there, there's no really quantifiable number. I think what you're talking about more is goals and setting those goals. I think that's very important.
Okay. Yeah.
In an athletic standpoint, we're probably talking about, body fat percentage, being able to push a certain amount, being able to do a certain certain movement through power. That's slightly, these are goals.
Definitely. I think off the back of that, I do agree with what you're saying. Then I think the kind of this is going to be really interesting. The way I'll define success then is is what my older brother is doing. All right.
Okay. Elaborate.
He's a successful man. He's a successful
man.
Right?
Elaborate. Because I think the people that you look at and think, okay, I'm gonna model my success after them. They're very important. So like elaborate a little bit on that. Like, what is your brother doing in your eyes that makes him a successful man?
Oh, he's like a high rank, like I can't be able to pull up this brother's LinkedIn, but he's like super high up in this company called Dix, all right?
Okay.
It's already a start, significantly high up in the corporate ladder, all right? That obviously comes with, he's obviously smart, intelligent, knows what's happening. Okay. Secondly, loving wife, got a little baby, my nephew Eli. Obviously love the kid, and obviously he's got a nice loving family, obviously from both sides, obviously from our side, then from his wife's side. He's got lovely vehicles. Okay. You could, some people could argue about the materialism of it. But then again, you could also say, and at least now he's got the ability to go from A to B without being extremely dependent on somebody else. Okay. And then he's also got 2 houses. All right. And I think in this kind of like economic climate, it goes to say something that actually, you know what, that is somebody who is extremely hardworking and has done a lot to kind of shape his idea of what he wants to be and how he's going to go and like grab it.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
So it's more his motivation, his ability to go get it. Because obviously, you know, having the wife, having the house, having all that stuff is very, you know, that is success in itself. I agree.
Yes.
But I guess maybe I'm cocky. Maybe, you know, I feel like that's I feel like that's owed to me in a way through my mindset. And not owed to me in the sense of like I don't have to work for it.
But it's an eventuality.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And that doesn't mean that I'm not willing to put the work in. But like, and this probably leads more onto an episode that we're going to talk about, because we're going to break this up into a sort of like a mini series. Because I'm always going to want more. And I think even when I set these ideas of success high and I reach them, I'm still going to want more.
Oh, great.
So I can appreciate that as being success, right? But I feel like that's even still scratching the surface. And I'm sure even your brother will say that. I'm sure your brother's not hands up like, yo, I'm successful. Like, I made it out here. Do you know what I'm saying, right?
Exactly. He's not even going to say that. But I think again, just a little bit off topic, but then I would say the way you look at it as an eventuality, I think that is obviously determined by the daily routines that you've got in place. All right. So it's something that you're working towards every single day. Therefore, it's an eventuality. Do you see what I'm saying? It's not like maybe I'll win the lottery and I don't know, chances are your numbers are in. Lucky day. Congratulations.
Yeah. It's not luck. Yeah.
Exactly. It's not luck.
Based on luck.
It's not luck. But then the idea of like that kind of image of success, like I would like to say everybody's kind of got that like image of success or something along those lines, is that's the kind of thing that you always are going to be striving to obtain. And like, it goes without saying.
So if I was to ask you, you know, what is your definition of success? What would you say?
That's a very good question. My definition of success would be having my circle and family and friends around me, everyone's happy. And I think that's, again, I've probably gone back on my own thing that I said at the start of the thing by making it measurable, because you can't measure happiness.
Yeah, that's I mean, everyone being happy. I don't know. I just feel like you're never gonna make everyone happy. There's no, like, that's gonna be very tough. And again, this is your definition. This is your definition, and that's something that you can strive towards. Do you know what I'm saying? To make everyone happy. Now, I feel like I'm similar in that aspect. Like, obviously, I want everyone to be happy. I want everyone to, but I can't. Your happiness isn't determined by anything I do. But what I can do is be in a position to allow you to empower yourself. Right. So whether that be financially, whether that be having someone that you can talk to who's experienced things, right? So like you don't have to go and make the same mistakes. So maybe I go out and make some of those. I can do that. That's within my control. But I can't make the people around me happy. Like, there's nothing I can do about that.
I would say, like, one thing that did come to mind was a picture of success. All right, this is anime related, so anybody who loves anime, you appreciate this. Is after Naruto beat Pain, all right, and then
no, you lost me. I'm lost. I'm lost. I'm lost. Right. Go. I'll let you
basically, there's this point in the after he's like being Pain, everyone acknowledges him as, yo, actually, like this kid that we slept on, he's the guy. Everyone's like throwing him up into the air. They're celebrating with him. He's all smiles. Everyone's happy. All right. But then again, like what you said in regards to facilitating to help other people is like the picture again, the picture that I get in my head is like someone wants to change a light bulb. All right. You're not gonna give them the light bulb. You're gonna give them the step ladder to go, yo, big man, here's a
Exactly.
step ladder. Go and
Yeah.
sort it out.
Because that's
It's
all I ever wanted.
yeah,
That's all I
100%,
ever wanted.
one
Do
hundred
you know what I
percent.
mean?
Like,
Give,
and
give
then
me the manual and give me a
and
step ladder. Do you know what I mean?
and then
Or,
and
or,
then I'll
or show
go
me how to do it one time.
mm-hmm,
Do you know what I mean?
and
If
then
I
I'll
take
go and change.
notes, I learn
Mm-hmm,
how to do it myself. Do you know what I mean? That's all I
yeah,
ever that's all I ever wanted. So that's all I
yeah,
can ever feel good about doing. Do you know what I'm saying? If someone asks me to do something that will make them happy, cool. But I still don't think it will make them happy.
yeah,
Like I don't
yeah,
think another person can make you happy. You can be happy by being with that person, right? Or being around that person, but
yeah.
it's not their responsibility to make
It's
you
not
happy.
there.
Like
I think yeah, that's a valid point because I think happiness is kind of intrinsic in that it comes from within.
mm,
Because again, I would always say this. I've seen kids in Ghana running around with a
such a corny line, but it's true.
I hate it,
But
but
it's
it's true.
true.
Like with a stick and a tire, and they will
Yeah.
literally be smiles. You've got kids with iPads and whatever technology you want to name it, and like they're depressed. All right. And like again, like this probably the idea of like the greater goal, because I'll say it like this: on one hand, you can have somebody who's deemed success as grabbing 30 bands a year or
Mm,
30 grand a year, and like yeah, he's comfortable, he's happy, he's like, this to me
yeah.
is successful. Somebody who's gone, do you know what, I've got enough money, I'm gonna go buy a farm, I'm just gonna go sit down and put my feet up and do all of
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
And then somebody else's definition of success is having all of the latest like motor cars and
Hmm.
earning 10 million a year. And those are both success. But as we said, or again, it's subjective. All right. This guy's going to feel like he's accomplished it earlier. What like ideally you would say he's definitely going to
Mm.
accomplish this earlier than somebody on this side of the fence who's going after the 10 million. So yeah.
Yeah. Like what? All right. So like in terms of like you're saying, and maybe that's not the right use of words, but like you were saying, making people around you happy. Like what kind of
Yep.
steps do you reckon you can take towards that? What are the steps you're going to have to take in order to bring that to fruition?
Okay.
I guess is a better question.
So I think like one of the things that for me this is kind of like it's not a big thing, but it's kind of like a nice thing. All right, is for me, my pops is like a big part of my life, right? And then eventually he's gonna be like, yeah, I
Shout
want to
out to the
start
popses.
100%, 100%. And he's like, yeah, I want to start like traveling and doing stuff
Hmm.
like that, right?
Hmm.
100% shine. All right. So like, I want to be in a position where even though he's like, let's say hypothetically, he goes and retires and does his thing, all right, then I can be like, yo, where you at? Drop a little this, give him a little money, even though
Mm.
he probably even need it. Do you see what I'm saying? So we can live
Hmm.
comfortably, and just like live comfortably and just continue to
Mm.
do all these things, like providing in that kind of sense. The same way, like with a step ladder, right? You provide for these people inside they can go and achieve certain things, or you can give
Mm.
opportunities to other
Yeah.
people. Like, say, for example, if I like went to like Ghana or something like that, and then there were a couple of younger children who are like smart and like, okay, cool, give you like an opportunity. Here's like a little scholarship. Try and do this. Like that's the kind of way that I would try and help and go all the way. It's give them the tutorial, give them the manual, and then they can go and decide how well they want to pursue this moving forward.
Yeah. Okay. And like, I guess the question I'm asking is more around like,
Mhm.
how does one even go about setting something like that up? Like, how do you go about, sponsoring a kid to come over here and, like like, how do you earn that money to be like, yo, pops, look, here you go, fly out? Like,
Definitely.
what are the things that you're actually actively doing right now? Let maybe I'll go first, and then that will help.
Okay, yeah, 100%. Go through.
So like my first thing is that from what I've heard you say as well, and very similar, like my parents, I want to be able to be like, listen, here it is, basically whatever it is that you need, whether it's cash, even though I don't really believe in giving people cash, but for example, all right, here is a cash flow machine. Here's a business that I think can work. I need you guys to operate this. I can't do that unless I have the ability to organize my day exactly the way I want it.
Okay, I agree.
So one of my first goals, right, is being able to work pretty much whenever I want, at any point I want, in the structure that I want. Do you know what I mean? So if I need to get up at 6 and I work on my hustle and I generate my cash flow, and then I can spend the hours from like 1 till 4 generating ideas on how to like empower the people around me. That's an actionable step that I'm actually taking to be like, all right, cool. So this is the way I'm kind of looking at things at the moment, right? So every year I work, I earn freedom in terms of like, for example, like I'm basically off for the next few weeks, right? And that's because I've worked my butt off for the last 12 months essentially, right? 9, 12 months, so I can earn this 4 weeks, right? I want to recycle that again, and then maybe I earn 8 weeks.
Definitely.
Recycle it, maybe I earn 12 weeks. Do you know what I'm saying? And then I'm able to kind of build that time. And what it is that I'm building is not for me to just, chill, go on holidays and just do lifestyle, but I'm earning that headspace. I mean, nothing wrong with doing lifestyle. Sometimes it's necessary, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need to flex a little. But it's for me, it's more just about like, when I'm in the hustle, right? Whether it be a job, whether it be a contract, whether I'm trying to build the business or whatever, I'm in a mindset where that's the only thing that's important, right? And the people that I care about, that's the main focus. So it's hard for me to think at a high level and be like, you know what, maybe that goal isn't high enough. What business would this person be really good at, or what part of the business would this person be really good at, to the point where I don't have to give them cash. I can allow them, because I don't really think people want money to just be given to them. I think people want opportunities. I personally believe that. I think cash is just a quick fix. So the idea is like, what can I do to put them in that position? And it's hard for me. I know myself as a person, it's hard for me to access that level of thinking if I'm in the grind.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that is something I'm trying to do. Every year, I'm trying to earn another 4 weeks to think, strategize.
Yeah.
I can take that energy into the next 12 months.
Definitely. I think off the back of what you said, I think the one thing in which I would say I'm always kind of leveraging myself for the next year or the next 18 months is that understanding that, again, so like I don't have a concrete side hustle, like a business or a freelance opportunity of work that I'm doing at this point in time. All right. So for all of the people who,
this counts, by the way. This counts.
I mean, this counts. But then this is a
passion project. But
I want to shout out to all the people who are working like full-time 9 to 5s. Understand that. Okay, cool. Like, there are going to be people that shit on the 9 to 5. But understand that every day, every week, every month that you spend is your career capital. And that career capital can be further leveraged moving forward, because in 5 years' time, you'll say, I had with 1 year of experience here, 2 years of experience here, 2 years of experience here. You collate and add that up. You then start demanding for package salaries, I don't know, 80, 90K. All right. Then you can then use that like salary as kind of something to start enhancing like your idea. You can, because now you start to think, okay, cool. So if you do want to then go down that route, I want to build a website. How much is it? £15, £30. Cool. You can quickly do that. And it's nothing off your back. All right. Understand that every month that you're working in this like 9 to 5 is still preparing you for your future. All right. It may be, I will be honest, I'll say it may be slower than, say, for example, like a plumber or an electrician or one of those guys, because they can quickly collect cash in hand, and they'll have their own business. They they're literally subject to like how many people they can get in, and they can quickly turn things around. But understand that within 6 to 7 years, obviously in like a big city, New York, London, you name it, you can definitely be smashing past the 6-figure mark. All right. And then you can use that to leverage forward to go and reach certain dreams. You can then go into real estate, go into there. So understand that time is one thing that we are trading for the long-term goal, but understand long-term goal is still a successful picture of how you can then, like you said, give people around you the opportunities.
Yeah, no, I agree. I definitely agree with that. I mean, yeah, I think, the moral, and just kind of from us talking today and just sort of like understanding even kind of some of my thoughts, I feel like I have made the mistake occasionally of confusing my idea of success for just goals.
Okay.
Like I remember saying, oh, I want to earn 10K a month. And my girl was like, why? And I was like, well, that's just the number I want. Like, that's when I'll be like, yeah, I'm kind of on my way to success. But really and truly, that's just a goal. Just a goal because that's the amount of money that I know that like I can pay my bills, I have money to help others, and I can basically invest in myself and other, side hustles and things, opportunities that come up. That's just the number. Like I can do that with less.
Yeah.
More would be great. But like that's just a number that you pull out, and it's you know what I'm saying. Like it's a pointless number, but it is a number that you pull out, and that isn't success. That's a goal, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you just have to know in your mind, like, yo, this is a goal that I'm setting right here. I want that car, I want that watch, I want this salary, I want that. Do you know what I'm saying? That amount of cash flow per month. That's a goal. That's not the measure of success.
That's not a measure of success. I think obviously, as you've mentioned earlier, we will touch on like goals in the next episode, but understanding the distinction between the two of them kind of helps you in obviously the pursuit, because say for example your goal is success is more of a, I like to see it as like a slow motion, like a 3-second vine. All right, that can be replayed. A goal is like a picture. All right, because success is like actively like you're there in the moment, enjoying the whole thing. It's all comfortable, it's all nice, it's all beautiful. A goal is like, oh, yippee ki yay! I finally ran a 5K in 25 minutes.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like TikTok versus movies. It's a completely different thing.
It's completely different. And again, they're all subjective. So don't fall for somebody else's idea of success. Cultivate your own idea of success or your own little video of success and aspire towards that. Don't be given something from somebody and then work towards that and be 100% surprised when you look at it and somebody will call it successful and you don't share the same sentiment. That wasn't something that was born from within. It was just kind of presented to you and you took it.
That's beautiful, man. I think we can end on that. Next episode is going to be very, something that's close to my heart because it's something I struggle with. And that's reaching your goals, right? Reaching certain goals that you put in place, and not quite feeling that feeling you thought you should have, right? That feeling of conquering and that feeling of contentment. Something I struggle with is something that I'm trying to mentally deal with to allow me to continue to push through. And so, we'll just be discussing, coping mechanisms that we're using, things that I've found out as well, that have helped me, books that I'm reading that have kind of helped me deal with that. But yeah, bro, like where can they find you?
Guy, Huge_EUG3 on Instagram, and obviously the MT cast on Instagram. So that's what's up.
Socials. Don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Rich_Shadare. We'll be promoting this real soon, man. So we'll get an idea of if we're trash. Really. So let's go. Yeah, I'm excited, man. That'll be very exciting for me as well.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, bro. I got another week out here. We're in Croatia, just
Yep.
enjoying a little bit of sun and just kind of like resetting. Um, but yeah, man, it's gonna be beautiful. I'll be here on location again for the next episode. But yeah,
Yeah.
until
Love,
then,
love that.
yeah.
Love that. Everyone, take care. Stay blessed.